Yo, what the fuck is going on YouTube? It's your boy Fennekin. Today we're going to be looking at the top 100 greatest rap slash hip hop albums of all time. So this list is actually from this website called Digital Dream Door. I think it's like a ranking website or something like that. And they have this 100 greatest rap slash hip hop albums of all time list, right? And last time it was updated was a year ago, but I went on the Wayback Machine and I found a list on the same website from 2004, right? And it's the oldest I could find of it from 2004, and it's from September of that year. So these are 100 rap albums up until that specific date in 2004, where it has the 100 greatest rap albums in history. So yeah, if you were wondering what an all-time hip-hop album list would look like without, shit like, I don't know, Mad Villainy or something like that. I actually don't even know if Mad Villainy would even be on here or not. Excuse me, sorry, I just, I'm pretty sure you heard it, but I just burped. And, yeah, so this is the 100 greatest hip-hop albums of all time list from 2004. I don't know who actually curated this. I don't know if it was like a fan that did or like a actual writer or something. I don't even know. But yeah, apparently to whoever made this list, it is the greatest 100 rap albums of all time. Starting off with Brand Nubian's debut album, One For All. And before I get any further, actually, I might skip around a little bit because there are some albums that I haven't listened to. I know who the artists are, I just haven't listened to that specific artist. And unfortunately, the list starts from the top, right? So I had to literally scroll quickly down to here, right? So outside of these two, these are the only two albums I've looked at, and we're just gonna start with this one. I know who Tone Loc is, but I haven't listened to the Loked After Dark album. I think this is like an 80s West Coast album, I believe, because Tone Loc came out during that time. But yeah, I am familiar with what Brand Nubian is, and I can give a little insight on the One For All album. So, 100, One For All, the debut album by East Coast hip-hop group Brand Nubian with Sadat X, Lord Jamar, and Grand Puba, and a couple other members, right? Brand Nubian, they're actually, outside of, the controversy Lord Jamar has said in the past 10 years, right, this is actually a really solid record, right? For the time that it came out, it was pretty dope, and it still is pretty dope, right? But, at the end of the day, there are better, in my opinion, either, if I want to listen to something like this, I would rather listen to, KMD or something like that, right? Peach Fuzz and shit. But, yeah, so we're gonna skip. I know who Tone Loc is, right? He was on that West Coast All Stars song that I think was nominated for a Grammy or won a Grammy. It had a bunch of West Coast artists on it, like some of the members of NWA were on it, Michelle A was on it, the Humpty Shock G was on it, and a couple other West Coast artists were on it. I believe Too Short was probably on it, MC Hammer was on it. Yeah, Yo-Yo. So I know who Yo-Yo is. I believe she's also a West Coast artist, if I believe. Though I could be wrong, though. I don't... Really? Okay, this is... Okay, so, like I mentioned, this list is from 2004. But if this is the only Black Eyed Peas... Okay, so for those who don't know, Black Eyed Peas actually used to be like a, I don't know if they're like Backpack, but they used to be like... They used to make music kind of similar to like a tribe called Quest, right? And that was actually pretty good. Like, they have this song, I forgot what it's called, but it's like bam 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 bam. It's from their Bridging the Gap album. I forgot what it's called, but it's a pretty fire album. But I get why, because this is the first album with Fergie on it. I feel like there's better BEP albums than this, but at the same time, this was extremely popular when this list was made, so I get why it's on here. Okay, rest in peace to Biz Markie. I haven't listened to his full-on albums. I just know of a couple songs, right? But much love to Biz Markie and rest in peace. People's Instinctive Travels in the Paths of Rhythm by a Tribe Called Quest. This will definitely not be the only Tribe album on here. There are other Tribe albums. I believe this is their debut album, I think 1990, April 10th, 1990, which was Q-Tip's birthday as well. So, dope album. People's Instinctive Travels in the Paths of Rhythm. I believe that's the album, right? My Wallet and El Segundo. Ooh, okay. So Missy Elliott is one of the most creative, in terms of creativity on the visual aspect in her music videos and lyricism. Missy Elliott is up there, and I think Missy's So Addictive. I feel like this could be bumped up a little more. Honestly, this is a really good album. But I definitely believe that Missy Elliott deserves more credit than what she's given, because she's very unique and she's talented as hell. She's amazing, right? But I'm glad to see Missy Elliott on here. Ooh, okay. You know what's crazy? Ooh, okay. I guess because I saw Check Your Head as well, so I guess. So, Aquemini by Outkast, the 1998 release, their third album, right? Because Southern Playload was 1994, and then ATLiens was 96. Okay, yeah, and then Stankonia was 2 years after this. Okay, so my favorite track on Aquemini is, I think, the last song on here. It's called Chalky Fire, I believe. I think that's the last song. That's a good song. It's crazy, though, because this is actually... A lot of people would consider Aquemini to be the best Outkast album, right? And I honestly... I mean, I prefer Stankonia more, but I get why people would say Aquemini. But it's crazy, though, that this is like 92, right? Whereas like nowadays it would be like top 10. Not really top 10, but like top 20 hip hop albums of all time. Crazy that this album came out in 1992, and this is 92 on the list. So, Beastie Boys. Check Your Head. So what you want? That's the only song I know from this album. I think I have to really check it out to really make sure, because I don't know how many other Beastie Boy albums are going to be on here. There's probably going to be like Paul's Boutique is probably going to be on here. Maybe Ill Communication. Maybe Hello Nasty is going to be on here, and their 1986 album might also be on here as well. But cause I can't really think of the album's name. God, let me. I'm tripping, bro. I'm actually tripping. There's an album I'm thinking of. The Beastie Boys. I'm just gonna search up "Fight for Your Right" because that's what the album is on. Departe. License to Ill. That's it. Jesus Christ. I feel like there will be like 3, if not 4, Beastie Boys albums on here, which is deservedly so, because Beasties are awesome. Okay, so this is their best album, the Far Side album, but I feel like the Lab and California album, from I think 1995. I think that's another good album by them. But the Bizarre Ride albums, I think they're magnum opus. I would probably say they're most important. I would probably say. Step Into the Arena by Gang Starr. So the first ever Gang Starr song I listened to is actually off this album. It's Just to Get a Rep. Just to Get a Rep. But yeah, that's the first ever Gang Starr song I listened to, and I wouldn't be shocked if there would be another. There definitely is another Gang Starr album. I don't know why I said I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm glad to see Gang Starr on here though. But really, in 1990 though, this was considered okay. Okay, so Ice Cube's October 29th, 1991 release. Death Certificate. Steady Mobbin' is a good song. I know people point to like Black Korea or No Vaseline on here, right, as like picks, but I mean Steady Mobbin' is also a pretty popular song on here, and that's my favorite on this. I like No Vaseline, but I'm just more of a Steady Mobbin' guy on this album. Okay, I know what Mantronix is. It's like a Mantronix, if I said that right. They're like a they're like a disco hip hop group or something like that. Music. This is like a late '80s record. That's all I know by them. Again, I said this before. If there's gonna be like an album or like an artist on here, I'm probably gonna skip it because I don't know too much about them. I know who they are, but I just can't give enough input on them to really give my insight on that. Fantastic Voyage, I feel like might also be on here, but I get why Gangsta's Paradise is on here by Coolio. It was a big album when it came out, right? And I just, though I would be shocked though if this is the only album on here and like Fantastic Voyage is not on here. New World Water, Umi says, and I think is it called Get or is it called God? No, I'm not talking about Death Grips, but I think the song's called God. And also, Rock and Roll is also a pretty fire song. I know people are going to be like, oh, what about Miss Fat Booty and Mathematics? Those are also incredible songs, but the first four tracks that I mentioned, Umi Says, New World Water, Rock and Roll, and Got or Get or something like that, those are my picks for favorite tracks on the Black on Both Sides record from October 12th, 1999. Mm-hmm. This was released a year after the Black Star album by Talib Kweli and Mos Def. I haven't listened to this album, but I know this album is the LL Cool J diss as well, right? Where there's a Jeep, and it's the Jeep's wheels on top of a red Kangol, which LL Cool J used to wear back in the day. That's pretty cool. I haven't really listened to much of DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, though I will say though, I would probably recommend because I've actually listened to a couple tracks off it. The He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, He's the DJ album. That's a pretty good album. Or there's a couple songs I listened to that are pretty good. Friends, ones we can depend on. Friends. That's all I know about Houdini. Straight up. But this is like I think early 80s. This is like straight up early 80s, just 80s hip hop. Okay, so we have Busta Rhymes on here. 1996. His debut album, The Coming. I like Busta Rhymes' albums that came out after, like the 1998 album, where he has the Give Me Some More album. He also has this rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne, but he has the This Means War. Bow 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 now now na 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 now 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 now. Those are the Busta Rhymes albums I'm looking for. I haven't really listened to The Coming though. And on and on and on and on. Nice, Erykah Badu's on here. I haven't really listened. I listened to Baduism, but I haven't really listened to Mama's Gun, which is crazy though, because I've listened to Brown Sugar and Voodoo by D'Angelo, and I also listened to a lot of the artists that Erykah Badu and D'Angelo were with around the time, like Common and Jay Dilla and who else am I thinking of? Like The Roots, right? Talib Kweli and Mos Def. Right, I listen to a lot of those artists, but I haven't really listened to this album because I think this album's from like 2000. But yeah, I do like that sound though. Okay, so this is their second album, I believe, De La Soul's Dead from 1991. It's with the Flower Pot, right? Because this was 2 years after 3 Feet is Rising, which came out March 3rd, 1989. But I'm not really that. I will say though, the De La Soul album Grind Date from 2004 is a banger of an album. Check that album out if you haven't. That's an amazing album. Grind Date. I think it's like a B tier album in my opinion. if I were to rank their discographies, or if you were to give them like a professional discography rating, I feel like it would be a B album. Okay, so this album was big when this list came out, right? And there are still some gems on it, whether it's from Dilemma with Kelly Rowland, or Hot is Getting Hot in Here with the Neptunes production, or Air Force Ones, or we're like 5,000, right? I get why this is on here, but I feel like this would be a little lower. Like, this is literally above Aquemini by Outkast, and Black on Both Sides. That's even funnier. But, Ella Funk. Earlier Black Eyed Peas didn't make it, but Ella Funk did, so. Okay, I scrolled up too much and I just realized this is 76 Ready to Die. Really? Okay, this is considered the greatest hip hop album of all time nowadays. And this is 76 on our list from 2004. Okay. So we have, okay, so I know what Jurassic 5 is, but I haven't listened to Quality Control, so I can't get any input on that. Same thing with this album. I know who BDP is. I know who, I rest in peace to Scott LaRock, right? Shout out to KRS-One, but I don't really, yeah, this is like, but I can give input on the Ready to Die album, though. Really? 76. We're going to see Tupac in number 68 with, Strictly for My... You know what? On here or some shit? Come on, man. This should be higher, bro. Again, I don't know who made this. I don't know if like an actual writing curated this list or whatever, like an actual writer for this website, or just like a fan made it, because I don't know if it's like a fan like making website or whatever, but whatever it is, it's fucking wild. Strictly Business by EPMD. The Headbang. That's not the album, right? This is before that, I think. The Headbangers with Redman on it. Okay, I know what Public Enemy is, but if it's not, it takes a nation to hold a million or something like that. If it's not that album, then I don't even. Yeah, it takes a nation of million to hold us back, right? Is that what it's called? It's from 1988, I believe, right? Yeah. Okay, so I think this is Cypress Hill's first album. I don't know if this might be the second. No, I think this is their first, right? The first album. Yeah, this is debut album. This might be one of two Cypress Hill albums we see on here, because I feel like Black Sunday might be on here, but it probably won't be. But I don't know. But this was from 2004, so I don't know if Cypress Hill was still on that new metal shit while they're making music at this time, or they went back to hip hop or something like full on hip hop. But I'm glad they have Cypress Hill on here though, because How Can I Kill a Man or something? Yeah, How Could I Just Kill a Man? Think you understand? All I wanted was a Pepsi. Rest in peace, Heavy D, and rest in peace to Heavy D, and shout out to Heavy D and the boys. But I can't really give any input on this. Okay, so this is so another Beastie Boys album. Okay, because we had one in '92. So about it jumped up to about 21 spots. We have Beastie Boys with Hello Nasty from '98. Okay, I went a little too up, and I realized that we have Ludacris and the Jungle Brothers on here. So, with the Beastie Boys album, I mean, this is a good album, and a lot of people do point out songs like, obviously, Intergalactic, Planetary, Intergalactic are on here. But, God, I don't... Really? I mean, there's not that much albums, really, besides, like, this one, you could say, or maybe even this one. I don't, because again, I haven't really listened to much of them. I just kind of listened to songs off these albums, right? Actually, I look at it. So I've listened to this throughout, right? I listened to this throughout. I've listened to. Oh, where are other albums I've listened to? This album throughout, and this album throughout. Outside of that, I kind of just listened to some songs off that and I check it out and I'm just like, okay, cool. Right? I don't feel like Hello Nasty should be this high. Because there are obviously better Beastie Boys albums, but I don't know how many Beastie Boys albums are gonna be on here, dude. But whatever. Hello Nasty is still a fire record though, but I just feel like an all-time list though, it's crazy. But I think I'm just looking at this from a modern lens though, because yeah, it should. I guess back in when this list was made, sure, but nowadays, yeah, this is probably gonna be a little lower. So we have Straight Out of the Jungle by the Jungle Brothers. I can't give any input, but I know who the Jungle Brothers are. Chicken and Beer by Ludacris. It's even crazier because he would release an album a couple months after this list was made that's better than the Chicken and Beer album, in my opinion. Right? The Potion is a fire song. It's a beat, I believe, by Timbaland. It's fire. No More Drama by Mary J. Blige. I know who Mary J. Blige is. I have a couple of her songs on my playlist. I just can't really give any input because I haven't listened to this before. Is that Jay-Z? That is Jay-Z. Okay. Okay, sorry. My shit is like fucking up, so I'm just gonna go up to 59. And actually, okay. So I haven't. Okay, I don't even know what the fuck just happened, but because I was trying to scroll up, right? But it, like the whole like internet archive page just went up with me. But since I already saw some of this, I'll give some of my input. And a lot of this I can't really give much input on, but I can give input on a little bit. I can't really give too much on. Okay, so outside of Volume 3 and Volume 2, I haven't really listened to Volume 1, which was the 1997 release by Jay-Z. Apparently, it was Jay-Z's darkest album that he made because he was going through a lot. But, yeah. So I was listening to this earlier, actually. I was listening to Stop Being Greedy earlier. Stop Being Greedy, Where My Dog's At. Rough Riders Anthem, Damien, X is Coming. There's a lot of amazing tracks on here, and it's one of the greatest debut hip-hop albums of all time, right? I believe it should be higher, though. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. This might be the only I don't know how many other DMX albums are going to be on here, but this might be the only one, which is wild, because this is DMX's best album, in my opinion. And I feel like just generally consensus-wise, it's probably, a lot of people would probably agree with me on that. Not everybody, but a lot of people would. But yeah, I feel like it should be higher. Can't give much input on some of these, especially this Eve album. What? They have Eve on here from, this is the 2002 album, I believe. 2001 or 2002. More BDP, Salt and Pepper. Shout to Salt and Pepper. Ice-T's on here, The Roots. Phonology. Is this like, this is one of the more, yeah, this is like one of the more recent albums on this list, I believe, right? Because all Things Fall Apart came out in 1999. Which is even crazier because it came out the same day that this album came out. Alright, Snake. Okay, so Snake O'Neal is on here. So, the thing is with the Slim Shady LP is, yeah, I feel like it belongs at where it is right now, the Slim Shady LP, right? But, I don't know, man. It is a good album, though, right? Same thing with the Like Water for Chocolate album by Common. That came out 2000. But, I don't know, man. It's just because this list is just, again, from a different time period, right? You're just so used to not really seeing an Eminem album this low on an all-time ranking. What I mean by that is, like, whenever Eminem had... Okay, so Eminem's, like, 3 albums between 1999 to 2002, they're usually, like, in the top 50 of all time. So seeing any album outside of that by an Eminem is actually kind of wild, right? But it deserves to be on here, though, at the time, and I think it could be boosted up to, like, top 40 or some shit, right? This could be boosted up as well, like Water for Chocolate. This is my favorite Common album. But this and B, those are my 2 favorite Common albums. Right? This could also be boosted up. Arrested Development, Stankonia. This should be higher, right? Absolutely should be higher. Not a bad album, actually. The Cactus album, it's pretty dope. America's Most Wanted is on here. 52, not bad. God, this might be the last Ice Cube album though on here. Because if I don't know if the Predator would be on here, right? Because if America's Most Wanted is 52, then I don't even know where. I don't even know if the Predator would be on here. The self-titled KRS-One album's on here though, so says something. Wow, this album came out in February of 2004, and it's already top 50 of all time. Not bad for Kanye, the college dropout. Whoa! I just fucking realized this. Illmatic is 47th. What the fuck? I'm actually shocked. Okay, I looked at Dougie Fresh and I was like, okay, cool. And I read above that. I'm like, hold on, Illmatic? Are you shitting me? 47th? So you have Biggie at 76. You have Illmatic. Okay, I haven't seen any Tupac yet, so there's some hope, but it depends on the Tupac album though. But holy shit, really? They have Nas, Illmatic, 47th? And I get this is like, again, this is probably like more so like, because, you know, I haven't really seen any like other shocking like rappers to come up. I haven't seen any MF Doom yet, Pharoah Monch. I haven't seen, you know, Black Star, right? If I believe so, I haven't seen any Black Star, right? No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen. What have I seen? Well, I feel like there's probably gonna be like a Dipset album for some reason. I feel like there's gonna be a Dipset album like just somewhere around the corner. So is it really Illmatic is on here? 47th? Okay. They have it next up, Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em, and Oh My God by Dougie Fresh. That's, yeah. At least they have Eric B and Rakim though. That's not bad. The Great Adventures of Slick Rick. Reasonable Doubt. Okay. Nice. This is actually my second favorite Jay-Z album after the Black Album. So I'm glad it's on here. Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg's on here. Not bad. Tronics is on here again. Wow. Okay, cool. I see Black Star. Nice. By Mos Def. Dope. Under Construction, a 2002 album by Missy Elliott's on here. We have two Missy albums. We have Straight Outta Compton. We have A Tribe Called Quest. We have Curtis Blow, which is even crazier because Curtis Blow would not be on a top 100 rap albums nowadays. Probably not even top two. I don't know if he would be on the top 200 as well. I don't know. I have to look at that Rolling Stones list again, but I don't know if Curtis Blow was even on that. But yeah, Midnight Marauders, 1993, Tribe Called Quest. I love seeing Tribe Called Quest on here. Straight Outta Compton. Love seeing that album on here, though honestly, you feel like both these albums should be higher. Same thing with the Snoop Dogg album. I think it should be a little higher. Okay, cool. We have the He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper album. Nice. Awesome. And we have Fear of a Black. Okay, so cool. So I can't believe this is 47 still, but Fear of a Black Planet, Public Enemy. Oh shit, what the fuck? They have this higher than... Okay, I feel like this is more about commercial appeal than anything, bro. They have Life After Death from 1997 over Ready to Die from September 13th, 1994. Didn't that album come out like a couple... That album came out like a week before, a week after the Craig Mack album from 94, the Biggie album, Ready to Die. Yeah. Really, Life After Death? I mean, it's a good album. It's deserving, in my opinion, of a top 100. But over Ready to Die and over Illmatic? Really? Shit. Okay, so they have Africa Bambaataa on here. He's been blackballed by hip-hop, I believe. What the fuck? Okay, so I saw this LL Cool J 1990 album. Right? Okay, that's dope. But yeah, this is like some old list, bro. Like an actual old head list. Which I get, again, because it's a different time, but still. They have the Outkast, the recently released Outkast album, above Aquemini and Stankonia. The Run DMC self-titled 83 album, not bad. Salt-N-Pepa again. What the okay, so we have License to Ill, and then we have Wu-Tang Clan Enter the Wu-Tang at 25, and License to Ill by Beastie Boys at 24. Shout out to Beastie Boys and shout out to Wu-Tang Clan. This shit is crazy, bruh. I don't know. This was a different time, so it was probably like different reception, but still. Ice-T on here. You have the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 album up on here, ahead of Wu-Tang, ahead of supposedly every single Outkast album, and you have it above the Nas Illmatic album and the Biggie album, Ready to Die. Shit, might as well the other Biggie album is Life After Death. Okay, cool. So we have Things Fall Apart by The Roots. Not bad. Is this even hip hop? Crazy Sexy Cool. Is this... Hold on. Is this actually... Am I shitting myself? I'm not trying to disrespect TLC. I'm just being genuinely curious. Fan mail. I would more so put it in like the R&B category. Yeah, it basically, yeah, R&B. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I'm pretty sure they probably only listen to like waterfalls and stuff like that, and it was like, you know what? Yeah, hip hop, amazing. Though they didn't listen to like the other songs. All right. Listen to like Creep or some shit, which is just like a full-on R&B track. Okay, so we have the Fugees' 1996 The Score album. And we have Erykah Badu on here as well. Baduism, nice. Though honestly, some of these aren't even like hip-hop. They're more so like hip-hop adjacent though. They're not like full-on hip-hop. Okay, cool. We have the September 11th release 2001 Jay-Z album, The Blueprint. Dope. I can't really give any input on Mary J. Blige. King of Rock, not bad. Run DMC, All Eyes on Me. Okay, cool. We have Tupac on here. Is that Missy Elliott again? Super Duper Fly. Okay, I'm glad we have Missy Elliott again on here. Tupac, All Eyes on Me, not bad. Okay, so this is LL Cool J's debut album when he was like 18, like 1985. He was like 18, like 19. Right. I can't live without my radio. Okay, not bad. The Chronic album. I'm surprised 2001 is not on here. I feel like it'd be on here. Okay, so I guess we can just... Okay, so we have the Marshall Mathers LP by Eminem, All Hail the Queen by Queen Latifah, and Criminal Minded by BDP. I'm familiar with the Criminal Minded album. I'm familiar with the All Hail the Queen album. And I'm familiar with the Marshall Mathers LP album. I'm not saying that they all deserve their place, but a lot of them... But I get why they're at where they're at, right? Especially the BDP album and the Eminem album, and, you know, to some extent, the Queen Latifah album. We have Queen Latifah, but we don't have Lauryn Hill on here. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Queen Latifah is queen, right? Same time, though. What the fuck? Though, I could be wrong. She probably is on here. Okay, so we have A Tribe Called Quest, the Low End Theory from September 1991, I believe. Came out same day as the Nevermind album by Nirvana. Not bad. It's a good album. The production on here is insane. Q-Tip is legendary, right? Phife Dawg, amazing lyricist, rest in peace. And just A Tribe Called Quest alone is awesome. This is, okay, so 3 Feet High and Rising. This is what I was talking about. Glad to see this on here. Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim. This is a legendary album. This literally influenced almost every rapper to have been considered legendary. Have been influenced by Eric B. and Rakim at some point. And this is a blueprint to all that. Awesome. Paul's Boutique by Beastie Boys. Glad to see this here. Right. The sampling is crazy. Awesome. We got to see Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill on here. I'm blocking out this part, by the way, so I can't even see it. So if you see it, the list is just ruined for you, but I can't see it. So the second greatest album of all time is Raising Hell by Run DMC. Okay, so what would be the greatest album? I'm not looking. What would be the greatest album of all time? I'm trying to think. So we have a bunch of Run DMC albums. We have a bunch of Missy albums. A few Eminem albums, a few Dr. Dre production albums, NWA and Dr. Dre himself. We have a Snoop Dogg album. We have a Tupac album. Or yeah, I believe do we have multiple Tupac albums or just one Tupac album? All Eyes on Me. We have a few Jay-Z albums, Run DMC again, Outkast. We have one Wu-Tang Clan project on here by the Wu-Tang Clan. No Ghostface Killah, no GZA, no Raekwon. Shit, no ODB, no shit. Not even Method Man's Tikal is on here, dude. What? No MF Doom. No nothing. I'm trying to think who would be, because Illmatic would be my guess if Illmatic was not. Where was Illmatic? I don't even know. A lot. Oh yeah, 47th. Yeah, that would be my guess if it wasn't 47th. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to think. I don't know. What would be the album actually? Oh yeah, no shit. It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back by Public Enemy. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely a outdated list, very outdated, but yeah, this is the greatest yeah, of all time. So let me look at what the list would look like nowadays, like a modern version of the list. I'm really curious now to see what would one look like nowadays. Okay, so it has continued its status as number one, but other albums like this has okay, so this jumped up a lot. This also 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 went up pretty high. Some of these have obviously like went down. Some were added, obviously, like this one, this one, this one. This is still on here, crazy enough. This one, this one, this one, this one, these, this. ATL Aliens is finally getting its love. Yeezus made an appearance. We finally get to see some solo Wu-Tang on here. A Kanye graduation. More. Oh yeah, what the fuck? I just realized that there was no Mobb Deep on that shit. There was literally okay. So I figured we were missing Mobb Deep on that bitch. I was like looking. I was like, yeah, we have no Mobb Deep on that shit. Like Mobb Deep did not even make a single appearance, bro. Nor did who else didn't make an appearance? The Mobb Deep. Oh my god, what the fuck? Big Pun. Didn't see a single Big Pun album on there. There was only one Big Pun album that is deserving of a top 100 though, right? Capital Punishment. Boomerang. Bone Thugs and Harmony's on here, nice. The DOC actually made it on here, okay, that's cool. Okay, Dilla made it on here. Common made it on here. Clips. Hell Hath No Fury. Not a bad album. Lord William is... I like Lord William more, but I get why it's on here. We have 1999's Operation Doomsday on here. Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator made an appearance. Common 2000 with like what? Okay, so Like Water for Chocolate kind of dipped down. The Carter 2 by Lil Wayne 2005 is on here. The It Was Written album, Nas's sophomore album made an appearance. Cool G Rap album made an appearance. Alright, so finally get some Juice Crew love. What else is on here? Okay, oh yeah, I just realized that we were missing another. Was there another Gangstar album? Because there was only one, and it was the Step into the Arena album. Okay, so we finally get the Black Sunday album on here. Get more Outcasts. We got Kid Cudi actually made an appearance, and Big Daddy Kane, nice. Ultramagnetic MCs, Critical Beatdown. So Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj are on here, which is pretty funny, because they're literally next to each other, and you know they have a feud. Right, so them being next to each other is pretty interesting. Future made it on here. Okay. Yo, Bum Rush the Show by Public Enemy made an appearance. Um, yeah. Let me see what some other lists look like during. So let's go to like a list from 2008 and see what they had back then. Okay, they had nothing. 2012. Let's see what they had going on in 2012. Let's see what albums made it on here. So the Chicken Beer album like dipped a lot. The Tone Loc album actually jumped up. The Gangstar album dropped. A couple other stuff. Missy Elliott and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Some of these kind of just went down here a little bit. Lil Kim with Hardcore. Yep, I figured this would probably get added eventually around this time, maybe before. Stetsasonic made an appearance. I don't even know if. Yeah, well, hold on. Yeah, In Full Gear was on here, right? But was it Stetsasonic on there though? Their album, or was it a different album? I believe In Gear was on here before, right? From the list years before this, like 8 years before, there was a. Was it a different one? I think it was a different one. Fear of a Black Planet. Huh. Let me see what a list from 2017, if they have one from 2017, looks like. Never mind, it was an updated thing, so never mind, there was nothing. I have to go to like 2020 for this shit. Okay, so this was updated more recently. Last updated, this was either September or June 2017. September, this was June. The first thing I noticed was the K-Dot album on here. Kanye's album made it on here. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy made an appearance. A T-Pab made it on here. You know, Eminem's album actually dropped, not dropped, but went up actually increasingly. Jay-Z's album I think also increased. Late Registration's on here. It's a Big Daddy thing. It's on here. MC Light as a Rock is on here. My Name Is My Name by Pusha T actually made an appearance. Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Mecca and the Soul Brother made an appearance. Some more K-Dot. I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, the 2015 release by Earl Sweatshirt. Oxymoron by Schoolboy Q made an appearance on here. Wow. Run the Jewels made an appearance on here. Nice. Love Seeing LP and Killer Mike. 50 Cent with Get Rich or Die Trying. Chance the Rapper with Coloring Book is on here. The Carter, is that the Carter 4? Yeah, that is is it the Carter 4? Isn't it? That is the Carter 4, right? Unless I'm just absolutely tripping. Yeah, that is the Carter 4. Capital Pun. Okay, so this Sagan, the greatest story never told. Big crit is on here, nice. So yeah, okay, so this changes pretty often, or not often, but this just changes in general. But yeah, this is the greatest hip hop albums of all time 100 list. Yeah, pretty interesting how people thought of rap albums back then, right? But other than that, yeah, this is a digitaldreamdoor.com. Fennekin. Bye.